Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, it's your boys, Dirty Fanatics United, coming back at you live on a Friday night at 8 o'clock. As always, I'm your host, Chase, followed by my co-host, Philip, and my boy, Cody.
Yeah.
If you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and be sure to ring the bell so you know when we go live. As always, man, we're an Atlanta Falcon podcast with free giveaways, Atlanta Falcon content, live coverage from training camp, live coverage when it comes to games. We're on the scene, man. Follow DFU, hit that subscribe button. We're on Facebook, TikTok, etc. With that being said, Philip, Cody, what's going on, man? Philip, how we been doing, brother?
It's been a long week. It started off good. You know, I told you last week before we left, it's going to be WrestleMania weekend. It was a good weekend for me. I loved every bit of it. So the week started out amazing. All right. We made some moves during, this week, but I think 2 signings as well. I got a little bit of sick, so that was a little at the end, a little bit, not bad. So but we're better now. So we here, baby. God's got us sitting right here. We living. We're feeling great, man. So I can't complain.
Yes, sir, man. I love to hear it, man. Love to hear it. All good news coming from Philip over in his corner, aka Avitz Avenue, doing big things here for DFU with the backdrop, the cover, album photo. Philip with the edits, man, coming through for DFU as always. Another person that's doing it big time here for the channel. My boy, Cody, what's going on, man? It's been a minute. I know you've been super swamped at work. We haven't been chatting much in the chat all week. You've been busy, man. What's been going on, Cody?
Yeah, man, it is. This week has flown by, man. I feel like we were just sitting down to do our last podcast, and bam, here we are, Friday again. It has been quite the week, man. I would say it feels like we get done doing this, get to bed, and the next thing I know, week's over, and here we are again, man. But It's all good. It's good to be busy. It's good to good to be back talking Falcon football, though.
Amen.
Yes, sir. And as Philip said, man, there's so much to talk about tonight. New Falcons on the roster, new people here in the locker rooms. Went and got some D linemen. Went and got a cornerback, a couple vets. Is it depth? Is it somebody that's going to be a starter? Who knows? We're going to chat about it here tonight on the channel. Before we do so, man, I want to show love to the comment section that is popping off tonight. Be sure to stick around tonight if you're here viewing. We are doing the free giveaway raffle tonight for the Julio Jones action figure and the free Atlanta Falcons baseball cap. So be sure to stick around for that. That'll be a giveaway we give out here pretty soon. We already got the wheel pulled up. Names are on the wheel. Excited about that. Always feeling generous when we're able to give back to the people that support us here at DFU, man. Before we get into the thing, man, Dwayne Ruffin in the chat said, back in this thing, what's up, fellas? Less than 2 weeks out. You see the title, man. You see what's going on, Dwayne. You know what's on our mind, baby. Weeks away from the NFL Draft, episode 56 here at DFU, man. Episodes are stacking, boys. Episodes are stacking. We're over the 50 mark, on the way to 100 and more, man. Headed to the next comment. Our boy, Caleb in the chat said, rised up.
Also, shout out to him. It's his birthday today, so happy birthday to him.
Hey,
shout out to Caleb,
brother.
man. Shout out to Caleb in the chat. Happy birthday to the boy Caleb, man. I believe I hit him on Snapchat this morning. Happy birthday, Caleb. Much love to you, man. Hope you have a good day. My boy DSGB Hall in the chat said, DFU, what it do, man? What's going on? Love to see it. Ron Thomas in the chat, another Falcon content creator. What's up, everyone? Ron, appreciate you tuning in, brother. He's been in the chat, guys. I think it's time to bring Ron Thomas onto the podcast. Find out his views about these Dirty Birds. Ron, hit the comment section up, man. Hit me in the inbox, and let's chat about some future endeavors, and let's link up and let's talk some Falcon football. Facebook user in the chat said, "What's up, fellas?" I'm not logged in on Facebook. Philip, fill me in.
That is our boy, LaMarcus Boyd.
The one and only LaMarcus Boyd said, "What's up, fellas?" LaMarcus, appreciate you tuning in, brother. Stick around for the free giveaway here at DFU. Mateo in the chat said, "Draft day coming. It's right around the corner, baby. Falcon fellas, hashtag DFU."
I like that picture.
Facebook user, good evening, everyone. Rise
Robert
up.
Stevens.
Rise up.
My boy Carlton Bunch in the group chat here. He said, "What's up, fam?" Carlton, appreciate you tuning in, brother. Hit that like, share to a Falcon fan. Caleb in the chat said, "Thank y'all, man. Much love, Caleb. You already know what's going on." Superstar in the chat, 95 North Talk Show. What's happening, fellas? Man, we are so close to the draft. Stick around. Alberta, we're talking about it tonight, baby. A lot going on here at DFU. Falcon fans, let's chat about it. Cody, Philip, it's time to talk Falcon football. Atlanta Falcon news and updates. Guys, let's talk about it. Philip, You were quick to spill the beans. New signings here in Atlanta. Fill these fans on who these Atlanta Falcons have just signed here in Atlanta.
From the two that I seen this week, we signed James Smith-Williams. Came straight from Washington. Correct me if I'm wrong. It was yeah. And then we also signed Kevin King, cornerback. I don't remember where he came from, but yeah, it was
Green
Kevin
Bay.
King. Green Bay. That's right. I watched tape on him. I can't even remember now, man.
So, Philip, just real quick, I mean, I know you probably have only done just a slight bit of studying on him. We're going to really dive in on these players, trust me, here at DFU when it comes to free agency wrap-up after the draft's over with. We'll have some analysis, highlights, captions on certain players, certain episodes dedicated to certain draft players. I'm going to try to reach out to certain people, maybe from the schools that these players played at, whether that's a journalist, an artist at the school, whoever. DFU is going to try to put in some work and bring in somebody for a special edition on every draft player that we draft here at DFU. So big things coming here to the channel, man. Shout out to my guy, Jack Spade, for that idea, something he did at one time for the fan. It worked out very well for Jack. So we're going to try it out here at DFU, man. So shout out to one time for the fan for that idea. Cody, your thoughts, the new signings here in Atlanta. You get some D lineman help. You get a veteran quarterback in King, I believe his name is, from Green Bay. Are these players that are taking positions? Are these players that are going to be solid backups? Is this camp bodies for maybe depth pieces if you don't get the Calais Campbell re-signed? Cody, what we thinking?
Yeah, no, I watched highlights on both of them today. And, man, I think they're both competing for starting jobs. If not starting jobs, definitely solid backup, off the bench, rotation pieces. Mm-hmm. I'll start with James Williams out of Washington, man. Watching him, he's quick, really quick. And, man, does he know how to get off blocks. He's got a great swim move. Saw a little bit of – he had a little bit of a spin. But, man, I tell you what, not only does he – have the ability to get off blocks, he's quick, he's powerful, and the one thing that I absolutely loved about him, which it seems like something that we struggle with, is he knows how to set the edge. Mm-hmm. Just watching some of his highlights, man, he definitely knows how to set that edge. He knows not to over pursue. He knows, hey, if this is, I've got contain out here. So definitely liked what I saw out of him. And then for Kevin King, man, he's big. Yeah, he's big dude, and he's quick. He's got some serious hops on him and great hands. I like, too, he's got great vision, just from the things I saw. He knows how to track down the football, and, man, can he get there quick. So I think they're definitely not going to be camp bodies. I think these guys are either – rotation. I think Williams may be competing for that man, of course, I just drew a blank on his name. If we don't get man, why can't I think of his name? You just said it. No, edge rusher.
Dallas Turner.
If we don't wind up with a Dallas Turner, I think this is a guy. Or if we don't, if Calais Campbell doesn't come back out of retirement, man, I think we've got a piece that can fill that spot with Williams.
Yes, sir, man. Love to hear it, man. Cody here spot on when it comes to the highlight reels. Cody knows his stat lines, man. When it comes to Falcon football, that's the man to talk to. Cody with the facts here at DFU. Some more breaking news coming from the Atlanta Falcons. Ladd McConkey, Philip, a guy that you've been big on all offseason. We've talked about him here on the channel. We tried to get him in the mock draft last week. Didn't pan out. He was going one pick before us. Philip, breaking news here in Atlanta.
As we see from Kevin Knight, as he says, Falcons visiting with Georgia wide receiver Ladd McConkey today per rap sheet, obviously. And it was elite. As he stated, he's an elite slot receiver prospect who could possibly be available in the second round. More than likely would require a small trade up.
Ladd McConkey to Atlanta. Falcon fans, how are we feeling about this move? Caleb, we know you want it. Falcon fans, if you're a Georgia Bulldog, you want Ladd McConkey here. Whether that's you trade him back in late in the first round, whether that's you grabbing him early in the second round. Terry loves to trade up in the second round. People have done it the past 2 years. Arnold Ebiketie, you got him. Somebody else we traded up second round. Fill me in. I forget his name. I can't believe this is slipping my mind right now, but you get Henri Bichetti and you Matt Bergeron, offensive lineman. You go and grab another starter on day 2. Ladd McConkey would be a solid pick. Philip, how are we feeling about Ladd McConkey here in Atlanta? We obviously talked about the receiver core. We feel like you could possibly get some more weapons there. We're not really satisfied with that room here yet. Philip, your thoughts, Ladd McConkey?
One thing only, just I'm basically the SpongeBob meme. I need it. That's just something that would fit
you gotta do
perfectly.
it. Don't work if you don't do it like you're supposed to do.
I need it. But it's a guy that I feel like, could be a good wide receiver 2 next to Drake. Maybe in the future could possibly be number 1. You don't ever know what could happen. Just thinking ahead. But anyway, it's just certain things that he does. That's like say Drake can't do. He's that guy for that. That they have certain things that they each. That's what a team's for. You know what I mean? But I feel like he would fill in the needs that we don't have right now, and I would feel 100%. Better. If we had somebody like him, sitting there at that slot receiver, or say wherever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm all for it. I need it.
Falcons brings a whole nother spark to this offense. Cody, we're coming to you real quick with your thoughts about Ladd McConkey in Atlanta. Real quick, shout out to my boy Crew Jones on the river with it. Said this is Crew watching you live on the river with a line wetter than the ocean gate. Sub rise up ATL. Shout out to Crew Jones for tuning in on the Ottawa River down here in South Georgia. Shout out to you, Crew Jones, man. Appreciate you tuning in, brother. Hit that like button, share to a Falcon fan, man. Carlton Bunch in the chat said Ladd at 43. Please draft gods, make it happen. My boy LaMarcus Boyd said, love that. Dwayne said, I like Ladd. Carlton Bunch said Ladd really set receiver room off. I would love, from Robert Stevens here on Facebook, I would love to see Ladd in the Falcons uniform. Man, Falcon fans love the Ladd McConkey move. Cody, your thoughts. Ladd McConkey, obviously another Bulldog fan here at DFU. Cody, your thoughts. Ladd McConkey to Atlanta. What does that bring to this receiver room? How does this help the Falcons?
Man, I think that you bring in Ladd McConkey in, and like the thing just said, I mean, he's quick, he's versatile, he's a great slant wide receiver. It solidifies our offense, man. I think that's the one problem that we've got right now. Other than a little bit of line play, our wide receiver room. I think you bring him in second round, trade up, do it. I don't care what you got to do. That would be a great, that you get that Mohamed Sanu, Julio Jones situation going there. But now you got London and you got McConkey. That's your 1-2 punch. And then, complemented with Kyle Pitts. I know he's a tight end, but he might as well be a wide receiver, as quick and as good as he is. It just makes us better. And again, it comes down to pick your poison, guys. Who are you doubling? You double in London, Pitts, McConkey, Bijan.
Can we just put in the rewind tape real quick? Let's rewind this thing all the way back to 2016 and let's look at our quarterback. We had Matt Ryan. Now this year we got Kirk Cousins. You went and got the Darnell Mooney, kind of that Sanu type receiver. You got the Drake London. Maybe you go get Ladd McConkey. Can somebody say Taylor Gabriel? Taylor Gabriel in Atlanta, Ladd McConkey. I mean, come on, guys. If the recipe works, why disturb it? Why are we making cake batter with water when we could be using milk? Come on, man. Make it happen. Ladd McConkey here in Atlanta is something I think everybody would love to see, man. A little bit of news coming out of Atlanta. Not much breaking news. Something pretty cool. Kirk Cousins getting in love with the state of Georgia at the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. Kirk Cousins doing it big, repping the Dirty Birds, repping South Georgia, moving all the way, from Viking City down here to Atlanta. Much love to Kirk Cousins. Guys, anything you want to say about Kirk being at the Masters?
I just want to say something about that one picture. I hope that's not your Twitter.
This isn't my Twitter.
I was about to say, because you gotta click that follow button, buddy.
Yeah. I screenshot this off somebody's post.
Okay,
I'm definitely.
Sure. I'm about to tell you.
Yeah, that's definitely clicked. That was probably a bad picture to throw up. Cody, anything you want to say about Kirk Cousins?
No, I mean, really, other than I'm just glad Kirk is enjoying being just representing Georgia, man. I would say it's it's cool, man, that our quarterback loves the city. I think that's one thing that, when Raw and Terry Fontenot were talking about, we want, our players to be relatable to the city, man. This is Kirk out there doing it, showing you, hey, I'm not just here because you paid me money. I'm here because I love being in Georgia. So I think that's pretty awesome to see.
Yeah, man. Kirk Cousins rocking the wife fit, man. Shout out to Kirk's wife, man. Always got QB1 looking spiffy over here.
Another thing I just like about Kirk, man. I think he stated it this week, man. He's representing. He loves, like Cody said, loves the city of Atlanta. Like he also he loves us fans. It's the crazy thing. No matter how negative we could be sometimes, he said that he didn't state he's gonna come in and win a Super Bowl. He said he's going to try to the best of his ability to give us what we to bring a championship to Atlanta, what we deserve as fans. We deserve it. So
a little more Kirk Cousins news here in Atlanta. The news finally broke on why the number swap never happened. It says here, per my boy Ari Mariogo, whatever his last name is, Falcons quarterback Kirk Cousins said Kyle Pitts was willing to give up his number 8, but the NFL told him he'd need to purchase all the current jerseys in stock.
Sheesh.
Kurt, you got to buy number 8 here and back to Georgia as well as in the bedroom, which would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars, something no one was willing to do. Philip, Cody, y'all's thoughts on that situation with Kirk Cousins, Kyle Pitts, both wanting to make a number swap. Kyle Pitts wanting to go to his college number, not able to do that. NFL puts their foot in it. Guys, how we feeling? Oh, any comments?
I mean, whether he would have went back to 84 or whatnot, it would have made the jersey I have now more rare. In today's terms, rare. Something that few people would have later on in the future. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
And whether it was Kirk or not, whether he had 8 or not, it is what it is. I would still rock it. Whether it would be Pitts or Kirk. But I like the Kirk having his own number here in Atlanta. It just speaks volumes. I believe it was 18. Yeah.
Yeah. New number here in A.
I'm over here acting like I forgot. I didn't forget, but it just looks good. A new change of scenery. Especially besides just the city and players around you. It's the number. It's a different change. I like to see it. So I'm cool.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean?
Cody, your thoughts, brother?
No, it's a good decision on Kirk's part. I think it's a little silly that I understand it from a money situation that you've got to buy those jerseys out and stuff because they're already made. But, that's just the way the NFL is. But my thing is cool. I'm kind of glad Kirk is rocking the 18. It's, I can't think of a quarterback that wore the number 18 for the Falcons, but what if I see 8 at the back or at the quarterback position, I'm thinking Matt Schaub. So it's good to see Kirk kind of wearing something different, definitely feel good for all the fans that have Kyle Pitts jerseys. I know I'm one of those people. Like if I've got a current player, like I almost bought a Coup jersey when he was 7.
Yeah.
Then he switched to 6. I was like, oh, thank God, because I'm just one of those people. I can't rock old numbers and stuff like that. So,
right.
To everybody that's got a Pitts jersey, I'm happy for y'all that, he stayed 8 and Kirk went 18. So I don't have an 18 Falcon jersey in my closet yet. So I need one. So that helps.
Yeah. I bought a red one. It's just got the wrong last name on the back, but, Kirk Cousins in Atlanta and the quarterback wearing 18, man. It's a new look here in Atlanta. New beginnings here in the A, man. Excited to see what this season brings already. Haven't even seen them in training camp yet, man. I'm stoked for this season. If you're new here, tuning into the channel, man, hit that like button. Head over to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, DFU_ATL. Type that in the search bar. It carries you straight to us. Hit that subscribe button, man. On the road to 1K at 3:49 before the show started. Get us to 350, folks. Please, before I end this stream, get us to 350. I mean, we've been trying to get this 350 for a week or two now, man. Help us out. Share this to a Falcon friend. Get us to 350, man. Carlton Bunch in the chat said, Turner at 8, Ladd at 43, man. That's a dream scenario, man. Would love to see it. Falcon fam, Miss Carrie in the chat. My boy Brandon Keeler in the chat said, fellas, my daughter went 2 and 3 tonight. Shout out to Brandon Keeler's daughter. Had 2 doubles, man. I know he's excited about that as a father. So Shout out to Brandon Keeler, and be sure to check out his podcast over there at Sports Nuts, the Sports Nuts on YouTube. Brandon Keeler's starting up his own podcast. Be sure to check him out, man. Said, sorry I'm here so late. No problems, man. Just glad that you're here. Stick around. The free Julio Jones giveaway raffle will be up shortly. Mateo in the chat said Kirk has history in here in Georgia. That's exactly right.
Yes, sir.
Said, question, does Kirk give you Ryan vibes? 2 sons, iced out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most def. Mateo with the 18 in the chat. Carton said, can get Bennett from the Rams? Question mark.
I have heard possibilities of that, but I'm not gonna say it's gonna happen though. But I like Stetson. I haven't got with the guy. You know, he lives next door to. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was the
rival. Don't remember me.
Rival opponent.
We hung out a couple times. So it would be pretty cool to see him here in Atlanta. You know, but you know, I wouldn't get my hopes up for that.
Falcon fans, something DFU here is going to do for the first time, because this will be the first time DFU leads into a draft night. Draft night, we will be live talking Falcon football. My guy Cody will be at the bins with the live reactions. Me and Philip coming to you live. Cody's going to join us when breaking news happens. If something crazy goes down, Cody's one click away, babe. So be here at draft night watching the live reaction from DFU, whoever that pick may be. But that being said, we want to give you guys a top 5 draft board. We're going to go around, give everybody 5 of our people that we are cool with selecting in the first round. Somebody top 5 best player available, I guess you could say. We'll give all of our lists, and then we'll combine it into one list. And then my guy Philip will do the editing thing over on his side of the things for a post. Philip, start it out, man. Top 5. Who you got? Who we feeling on this draft night?
Oh, I should have wrote positions. But anyway, are we at number 8? Right? Because I wrote all kinds of names, but I got them in certain spots.
At some,
but
let's just say this: a guy that we may think you shouldn't take at 8, that you may take at 12. Draft night may go a totally different selection, a totally different way, and that guy may then be selectable at 8. So yes, go ahead.
Pretty much, I got guys that's number 1, I got Cooper DeJean. You know, that was my
cornerback, nasty stud.
Yeah. Got Edge, Jared Verse. Got Latu and Dallas Turner. That's 4 right there. And then I got another corner, Terrion Arnold from Alabama.
Okay.
Also visited us this past week.
Yep, definitely did. Philip with the facts over there. Cody, your top 5 on your draft board. Obviously, we know some of these players we may not select at 8, but who are we looking at? Best player available that would fit these Atlanta Falcons. Cody, your thoughts?
I'll say so. I've been real big on Dallas Turner was my number 1. Immediately after that, if he's gone and Cooper DeJean is there, I would love to see Cooper DeJean in an Atlanta Falcon uniform. Like Philip said, also Jared Verse. I would not mind seeing him in a Falcon uniform. I actually went offensive line with Joe Alt, just to kind of, something to need. And then I don't think this happens, but if he falls, I kind of was going off the wide receiver thing, Marvin Harrison Jr. Seeing him come into it.
At 8, man, if he was there at 8, dude, if something was to push him back, that name, I believe, sits at the top of your board. That's your best player available at 8. If that's the guy and he's there, man, I believe that should move. Guys, y'all hit on every player. My top 5 was going to obviously be Dallas Turner, Latu, Jared Verse, Cooper DeJean, and Joe Alt would be my 5th player. So we can go around the table and make a top 5 from worst to not. I mean, they're all great. We'll go 1 to 5. We'll grade them however we want to do it. Philip, go ahead with your question. You had something you want to say?
Okay, so the draft takes a little turn. What if Brock Bowers is sitting at 8?
That's where the best player available thing. This is where the draft night you have to look at it. Terry has to look at it. And I know they have a board already. I know they already have a draft board of who they got at number 1, even if they're not able to select them. But let's just say if Brock Bowers did fall to 8, man, and you're looking at best player available, maybe if you had,
I mean, personally, I'm not
mean-
sure. I'm just asking you guys for your perspective,
Cody,
like
your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like him a lot, and I wouldn't mind taking him at 8. But again, if my thing is if Turner, DeJean, Harrison, or one of those guys on my top 5 is there, no. I love the Bulldogs, and I think we definitely need to start drafting Bulldogs because they win national championships, and it worked for the Eagles, so it would work here in Atlanta, but. It would just really depend on who's sitting there if I would pull that trigger.
Philip, a name we forgot about, Afunze.
Dunze.
Adunze,
Why did
another
I
guy.
forget that?
Another guy that we could put on the draft board here. There's
another
so
one
many.
as well. I can't think
Quinyon
of another
Mitchell.
receiver.
Quinyon Mitchell's another cornerback that's really speedster. I don't know if you grab him at 8, but that's a player you look to trade back. Man, there's so many top players in this draft, dude. It's crazy. Real quick, before we give our top 5 here and we make a poll about it, headed to the chat real quick. Brandon Kill said, Chase, Cody, Phillip, hope y'all had a great week, man. We're here, living, breathing, talking Falcon football, man.
I had a
We're
great
blessed,
week.
brother. We're blessed.
Especially
They in the
start
chat
off.
says, someone gonna ever wear 2 or 11? 2?
No.
No, that's retired. If Julio would have left a little better, maybe you retire 11. I think you still may, just because he'll probably go in the Ring of Honor. But
Nah, I don't
you'll
think
never
the way he
see
left-
another 2. You'll never see another 2, I don't think. Can we all agree on that? Chat, do we agree on that? Matt Ryan will be the very last player to wear 2 here in Atlanta. 1 for yes, 2 for no in the chat. Brandon Keeler said, my good friends, I had an interview with Roger Goodell. He said he's impressed with what's going on in Atlanta. Sheesh. Stormy Sapp in the chat. Momo say, happy Friday, guys. Rise up. You already know it, moms. Rise up. My boy Lamarcus Boy said, Jared Verse, Turner, Latua, Adunze.
Mhm.
Brandon Keeler said, I was only able to get you the credentials, but I reach out more to see about Philip and Cody. See what's going on with that after this. Facebook user Lamarcus Boyd say yes with the 1 in the chat for that would be the last player to wear 2. Matt Ryan. I think we all can agree on that, man. Blank's respect for Matty Ice, the time he was here.
Blank never wanted to get rid of, he
Ever.
never wanted to see Matt go, ever.
All right, so
that was his son, basically.
that's what everybody said anyway. The haters anyway. Okay, so we're about to give our top 5 board, right? But before we do that, I think this is something we must read here because this, I believe, weighs in, a lot on what's going to happen here when it comes to who we select. Cody, guy that you're big on, Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner seems like the most ideal fit. New Falcons coach Raheem Morris. Rams defense had 355 snaps where at least one edge defender dropped into coverage last year, most in the league. Most coverage snaps among edges, Dallas Turner at 238, Latua at 55, Jared Verse at 27, and Robinson at 15.
Dallas Turner is significantly way higher in dropbacks than Latua, Jared Verse, well over Jared Verse, Latua as well. I mean, there's somebody that compares to Dallas Turner dropping back in coverage, something Atlanta hasn't drafted as far as Ebiketie. We've seen that, not too great in coverage. He's more of that bull rusher off the edge. Dallas Turner in Atlanta, man. We called it. We drafted him on our first mock draft, Dallas Turner. Then I believe our second was Joe Alt. Or was it Joe Alt? It was Joe Alt. Then it was
Joe
Dallas Turner. Then we traded back this last mock draft, and we selected who? Who did we select this last?
Chop, wasn't it?
No.
We drafted 3 guys this last time. I can't remember who was number 1. No, we took a trade with Tampa.
Right, and we traded back.
I think Philip may be right. It may have been
I think
Chop.
it was Chop.
Yeah, it was Chop.
Because I said
Chop
you could
Robinson?
get your later. I remember because I think I said you could get your edge in the later round as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Chop.
Okay, bet.
Well,
So I had to go back and check all that shit out. We'll have to make a reel about that. But okay, so starting right here from the top, how are we going to do this, guys? Top 5. Let's talk about needs in Atlanta. Chat, get active. Let us know needs in Atlanta. What is our biggest need? What do we need to fill at 8? Philip, Cody, biggest needs at 8. What are we doing? What is our biggest position to fill at 8? That's obviously going to be our number 1 pick at a player, athleticism. Our top pick, who is that going to be? What position? Philip, starting with you.
I know everybody's thinking edge, but I'm kind of confident in like our defense side of point, like that part of the defense side of point. It does need a little work, but I'm feeling our biggest need is corner.
Boom. Look right there. Cheese ATL in the chat with the cornerback.
I
Philip
just
spot
feel like
on
it's
with
corner.
it. Cornerback. Cheese ATL agrees with you. Obviously, Philip. Philip, real quick, fill us in why you think cornerback.
Well, I mean, we just, obviously, the D line, they're doing their thing. They started putting pressure this past year. We on the corner side of the ball, all we have really is AJ Terrell as a vet. Like, he's solid. AJ Terrell does Terrell things. We do have a guy in Clark Phillips III, but he's also a young guy. You don't want to
Late
just
draft
throw
pick.
him. Yeah, you don't want to throw him in there too early. And we also lost. What's his name? I forgot. No, I didn't. Jeff Okuda. Yeah, we got rid of Jeff Okuda. No disrespect him. Boy, I couldn't think of the moment. But we got, he has parted ways with us, obviously. So we need another guy that's best fit, like a first round, ready to go. Not, no disrespect to, Clark Phillips, but, he was later round.
So it sounds like to me, just from listening to Philip talk, and I mean, Philip, I agree with you 100%. This is not a shot at you at all. I think Philip's leaning towards my boy Cooper DeJean.
That's who
Cooper DeJean. That guy's a freaking stud, dude. And there's no reason not to look at him if he's there at 8.
Since today, we got the quarterback situation, and we've been talking about edge or this. That was the guy, and we mentioned him on the podcast. That's who I've been after since we got Kirk.
Cheese ATL in the chat, man. Say you got to get shut down coverage on both sides. Plus, bait. Cheese ATL, a real Falcon fan here in the chat, man. Knows his Falcons. Hit that subscribe button, brother, if you haven't already, man. We're on the road to 1K. Trying to hit 350 tonight. Cheese ATL, man. Help us out here on the journey, brother. Would love to have you. Next comment here. AJ does not keep the ball. We need someone that can change those deflections into turnovers. Cody, obviously, Phillips' biggest need. Phillips says cornerbacks his biggest need. As Phillips' views. Cody, your views on that 8. What if you're the GM? What do you think these Falcons need to take us to the championship, man? What are you feeling in here?
Defensive end. Yeah, you've got to have an edge, man. We have not had one since John Abraham has been here. Like Philip said, the defensive line has definitely improved. It has definitely gotten better. But defense will always win you championships, and there is, you can make up for bad corners or I'm not going to say bad, but you can make up for mediocre to average to okay if you can pressure the quarterback. That is, they're the two most important positions in football are your quarterback and who's setting your edge. That's always been my thing is if you can put pressure on the quarterback and have good quarterback play, you will go deep in the playoffs. You will go deep into you will win championships. I was an offensive player, and I know that was the one thing that we always had to be careful of was how good is the guy on the defensive end? What do we need to do? Do we need to chip? Do we need double teams? That was always something that we had to worry about was that edge rusher. Right. And then obviously protected quarterback was the first part of that. But, our second thing was, well, who's on the edge was always number 2. Who's on the edge? So I think defensive end is definitely where we need to go. I think, like it said, Dallas Turner fits our scheme. I was unaware that he dropped back that much into coverage. So
yeah, that was crazy. That was something I didn't know either.
That's unreal. And if he can do that, and if that's the kind of scheme,
and Cody, that stat line, Cody, that I'm sorry, just popped in my mind. A lot of people say that they would say Dallas Turner dropped off when Will Anderson left Alabama, but then that stat line there. Right. When you look at an edge, you think about sacks. Everybody thinks about sacks, tackle for loss. But when you got a guy that can drop back and play as a linebacker off the edge as well, good man. Continue, brother.
Well, and that's my thing is people want to talk about, well, he dropped off, not knowing that stat, either. Not only does that kind of be like, well, yeah, because he's dropping back, which, also helps our linebacking core, which, is, again, with Caden Ellis and, the guys that are back there, that helps them out, and they're already getting better. But I know our linebacking core needs work too. So that not only does he help on your edge, he helps your linebacking core. But here's the biggest thing that drives me nuts when people are like, well, once so and so left, his his production dropped. Okay, well, who's he coming here to in Atlanta? He's got Grady Jarrett. He's got David Onyemata. He's got possibly Calais Campbell. He's got Williams that is now coming out of Washington. He's got Street. So it's not like he's coming. Right. So it's not like he's coming. Exactly. And so it's not like he's coming to a god-awful defensive line. He's coming to a defensive line that has serious talent on it. So I'm excited to see like I said, I think defensive end, that edge is where we need to go to get back into championships.
Philip, Cody, both you guys brought excellent viewpoints of what this defense could do to take it to the next level. And I agree with both of you guys 100%. For me, now just speaking as in terms of what this team's looking like heading into the draft, if you don't make that Calais Campbell re-sign, if you don't have that verified before the draft, I think that's the spot you have to look at because, guys, let's be real. Calais Campbell, even though he was a vet, carried a big load on this defense. He was only supposed to get 50% of snaps. I'd say he played near 85% of snaps when it came to this season. Calais Campbell, a big loss if we're not able to get that re-sign. So I will have to agree with Cody, man. I think edge, if you don't have the re-sign of Calais Campbell, but I will agree with Cheese ATL as well here in the chat. He said, let's get both edge and cornerback. Awesome. Exactly. If you can make that happen, if you can make that shake in the first round, trade away your seconds, a third, something to get another dominant cornerback in that first round, I'm down for that as well. There's a lot of talent when it comes to edge and cornerback in this draft. Linebackers as well, man. A couple big-name players in the league, little brothers coming up, like McCaffrey. He's got a stud brother at receiver. Later round pick there. A lot to talk about when it comes to this draft, man. But so we're on our top 5 right now. Let's go number 1, guys. Let's go edge. Since we got 2-1, we'll say edge is our number 1 spot. Philip, who are you taking for your number 1 edge when it comes to this draft? Cody, obviously you after Philip.
Me personally, out of edge, I personally think Latu is the better, just better overall, in my opinion. But if we're talking scheme of things with teams, how it's tough, I'm gonna have to go with Jared Verse and scheme.
Jared Verse is nasty. Jared Verse is a freaking stud, and he's obviously on our top 5 list for a reason.
That's the crazy thing. I feel like they all 3 could fit in our
team.
That's the crazy thing. I don't know really, but I just like the size of Verse.
Well, Phil, you bring up Latua. You bring up Latua, a guy that's already has connections with the new DC here in Atlanta. So I understand. 100% why you bring up Latua.
You don't get a bad pick.
Another thing about Latua, man, already taking pictures with Jim Harbaugh, man. Like went and met with Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers and looking like he's going to be a Charger. They got the pick before us. Who knows what happens? Like I'm saying, that's a shake up there. Dallas Turner's supposed to go before Latua. Who says Latua doesn't go before Dallas? A lot of shakeups could happen when it comes to draft night. Potential quarterback slide into 8 that could be on the draft board that you just could not pass up. If Drake May's at 8, I don't think you pass him up. I don't think you do.
Sorry. You take that. I'm sorry.
You sitting behind Kirk Cousins. He doesn't have to start. He plays the same ball Kirk Cousins plays. He slings the ball like Josh Allen. He's got the Josh Allen build. This is your new head coach, your new quarterback heading into a new season.
Whether it's him or Daniels, you take if they're sitting there at 8, you take one of them.
If that player is at 8, I don't think you can pass up on it. Cody, we're talking about edge. We're getting down the rabbit hole when it comes to quarterbacks. Cody, we're talking about edge. Who are you taking number 1 for your top edge here in the draft?
Dallas Turner, man. Say he just based off that stat alone that you threw up there. He just fits, man. Like, I mean, even if he's the second, or even if you want to say he's the third best, if he fits the scheme and he's comfortable doing what we're gonna do, I want him here. I don't, I know defensive players catch up a lot quicker. It's a lot easier to learn, pick up defenses than it is your offense. But if he's already comfortable with it, just bring him on, man. I say now, like you guys said, you can't go wrong with any of the guys that are going to be there. Am I going to be upset if they go Latua? Am I going to be upset if they go Verse?
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
Gonna be
But
smiling happy.
I would say either way, I'm going to be happy, you know, because
Not a
like I
bad
say,
pick,
my
either
concern
one.
is that edge. So let's see. But if it comes down to those three, I definitely want to see Dallas Turner here because it just feels like he fits. And I just think that, you know, like I say, what I've seen from him, I just like the way he plays football.
I can get behind that.
and I think from the sound of this conversation, the way it's going, I think we all can agree right now. It just hit me in the head. I think we can say on our top 5 draft board now we're going Dallas Turner, Latea Latua. That's 1, 2 right there. I think can we agree with that? We'll go Dallas Turner, Latua at 2. Okay, so that leaves us 3 spots. That's Cooper DeJean, Jared Verse, and Joe Alt. Okay, if we're going off a need, there's only one edge left there. There's a Jared Verse, you got a cornerback and Cooper DeJean, and then obviously the tackle and Joe Alt. Who are we putting there at the 3rd spot? Is it gonna go we said Dallas Turner, Latua. Are we going Jared Verse at 3, or are we putting Cooper DeJean, or are we going Joe Alt? Who's going at 3?
Cooper DeJean. I would say I think that if you've got your two
agree.
primary, I think Dallas Turner and not Versa Latua are A1 and AB. You know, if there's fine. I think next would be Cooper DeJean and, you know, shore up that backfield because again, like Philip said, you know, our defensive line has improved. And if we get guys that can shut it down, it helps your pass rush. That's you get those coverage sacks. So I would definitely put Cooper DeJean at that 3 spot.
Yeah.
So we got Dallas Turner, Latea Latua. I'm probably slaughtering that name. Shout out to Latua. I'm sure everybody slaughters that name. But Latua at 2nd. We got Cooper DeJean at 3rd. Okay, now we're looking at Joe Alt and Jared Verse. When it comes to best player available, how are we rating these players? Now, let's not forget, Joe Alt is a 6'8" freak.
I'm gonna
Jared Verse is an edge freak. There's 2 very good players here. Who are we putting at 4? Who are we putting at 5?
I'm gonna say Alt. You know, it's just
something,
another need we could use. You know, I mean, it's not bad like it is an edge or a corner, but in that position, that's what I'm gonna put there.
Cody, your thoughts at 4? Who are you putting?
It's tough though.
I would say it's real tough because my thought is, what is Caleb or what is not Caleb? Caleb.
Matthews.
What is McGarry gonna do? So my thing is like if we can get Caleb McGarry in contract year, Caleb McGarry, Verse would be where I put there, but
because you're going by need, obviously. You're going by need, and
that's exactly what I'm thinking. But my other thing is we have absolutely had a rock at our left tackle with Jake Matthews. Jake isn't going to hold up forever. This is what year? God, he's getting long in the tooth, man. So I think we need to be ready for that because that's your third most important position is your left tackle. We all saw the blind side. It's true. You have to protect your quarterback. That left side is your blind side. We don't want a Joe Theismann situation with Kirk, next year if, Matthews, were to retire or whatever.
Jake Matthews,
we have that guy that plugs in. But
6th overall in the 2014 NFL draft and has been a solid starter since.
And we want that consistency, So I'm gonna agree with Philip. I think Joe Alt would be 4.
Joe Alt at 4.
Yeah.
So you can look at Joe Alt at 4 and you look at Jared Verse at 5. Either way you go, these guys are on our top 5 list. And as you said, you don't know what Caleb McGarry is going to do, man. You don't, Philip. I'll remember that list. I'll send it over to you in the morning. You can make a little edit or whatever. But as of now, Dallas Turner, Latua. Jared Verse. No.
Cooper DeJean.
Dallas Turner, Latua, Cooper DeJean, Jared Verse, Joe Alt is our top 5 here for DFU. Guys, it's time for the free giveaway here on the channel, man, to find out who's going to win the free Julio Jones 2017, man. Something I personally was going to keep for my collection, but
Julio.
And you got the old Falcon cap, man. The
Yes,
old
sir.
Falcon cap and the Julio Jones, man. Once again, man, this is just a giveaway to show our appreciation to you guys. Shout out to my guy, Freddie. Coastal Coatings over in Savannah, Georgia, donated a whole bucket of Falcon gear for us to give away here at the channel. So shout out to Freddie for that, man. Shout out to Coastal Coatings. If you need any patio painted, anything to do with outdoor concrete, Coastal Coatings is the guy to call, man. I'll have his link down in the description. All you got to do is head to the description, hit the link, and get in touch with my guy, man. A solid worker over in Savannah, Georgia. Guys, it's time to do the screen share here for the free giveaway on DFU. So give me 1 second to pull this up. And if I lag, man, Cody, Phillip, y'all know what to do. Just take over the show, dog.
Got it.
Gotcha, dog.
All right, man. So here we go. We about to spin the wheel. All I got to do is click the center. As you see here, I'll go over the list of names we have. LaMarcus Boyd, David Ellison, Mateo, Michael Lockwood, Stormy Sapp, Wallace Smith, Brandon Keeler, Sterling Woods, Cheeks Gaming, Jason Likes Bacon, Caleb Maxwell, Diane Day McCarm, Jeff Wolf, Bodie 3000, Nick Bongolo, Recognized Gaming, Art Angel, Dwayne Ruffin, and Robert Stevens here for the free giveaway. Here it goes, man. We're about to click the button. Drum roll, please. Let's see who gets the lucky winner tonight. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Jabri Harper, Archangel with the free giveaway for the Julio Jones and the Falcon hat. Diehard here for DFU. Archangel, if you don't remember him, Archangel from training camp. Jabri Harper, cool guy, diehard Falcon fan at every event. Glad that he won this, man. Can't wait to send this over his way, man. I'll be in his inbox. Jabri, if you're watching, man, hit the messenger after the show. We'll get you shipped out and shipped over, man. Shout out to Jabri Harper. Cody, Phillip, man, I don't know about you guys, but I like doing it, man. I like giving back to the community here at DFU. Good. So if you're new to the community, man, all you have to do for these free giveaways is be subscribed. Hashtag DFU. That's all it is here on the channel, man. Hashtag DFU, be subscribed, and we're going to make sure you get some love. With that being said, man, with the new signings here in Atlanta, last subject up tonight, with the new signings here in Atlanta, are we still looking at edge at 8? Has something changed? Are these D linemen coming in the building? Is this changing the draft perspective? Could we be looking at a receiver in the top 10? Guys, what are our views here with the new route of the draft?
Are you asking us or the fans?
You, Phillip, you.
Personally, I still think we go defense. I don't think we go like early wide receiver. I don't think. I mean, we could. You never know. You don't never know. Like I said before, you're not. Whether you do like this top 10 pick, you're not gonna be getting a bad player. Well, I'm not gonna say none of them bad. I don't want to disrespect none of them. You know, obviously, I wish them all well, but you're not getting. You know, I don't feel like you reach for anybody. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't feel like you reach, but I just think we go, you know, like we've been saying, you know, edge or corner, or possibly, you know, offensive lineman. You never know.
Cody, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I like the signings, but I don't think it changes a thing. I think we go defensive end there at 8. I think we stay at 8, and I think it's one of our guys, you know, either Dallas Turner or Verse that comes here to Atlanta.
Yes, sir. I think the views are still the same. You're still looking at defense, giving Jimmy Lake his flowers over on the defense side of the ball. A chance to make something great here in Atlanta. You're building off of a defense that was, guys, a top 10 pretty much throughout the whole year. If you're here in the chat, man, and you're friends with Jabri Harper, please tag him in the live chat. Let him know he is the winner here for the free giveaway for the Atlanta Falcons hat and the Julio Jones action figure 2017 edition, Julio. Man. Prime Julio, as Phillip said, man. Check us out here at DFU. All you got to be is subscribe on the road to 1K, man.
That was cool, Julio.
Shout out to everybody here tonight, man. The subjects have been hit on. Tonight is going to be wrapped up with that. Phillip, Cody, your shout outs for tonight, man.
As starting off, as always, baby, always thanks to God Himself, our Lord and Savior, for giving us the opportunity to be here, just to be able to do this, the blessing, to sit here, speak, see, you know, everything, man. Without Him, there is no us. without y'all, there is no us. So thank y'all again. Y'all are, y'all fans are big. Like always, we do this show for you. We also do, like to give back to y'all. So thanks to y'all. Without y'all, we wouldn't be able to give away nothing. So appreciate y'all and all y'all do. Stay tuned for some things. Got some stuff cooking. As we millennials say.
We in the kitchen like Terry, man. We cooking too. Terry ain't the only one.
We got that stir fry cooking. You feel me? But thank y'all. As always, shout out to the team, man. Can't wait for these boys. Always rise up and yay.
Yes, sir. Cody, your shit for tonight, brother.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Shout out to everybody watching, like, subscribe, man. Still trying to hit that 255 so I can send somebody to Dirty Bird pregame season, man, or pregame game. I want to send y'all, so get it done. We got till the 15th, which it's today's the 12th. So 3 days to get 355. I'm seriously, I want to send somebody. So subscribe, guys. Shout out to you and Philip, for coming and talking Dirty Bird football. But big shout out today for Cam Newton. Thanks for being a hater, man.
I forgot about the subject, Cody. Please give your shit to
I got
Cam
you.
Newton,
So
man.
shout out to Cam Newton. Keep talking about my birds. Let me explain something to you, Cam. The reason that we could have got you and Justin Fields for the amount that we got Kurt for is because you both suck and you make business decisions instead of diving on footballs. My thing is there's a reason that we could have got both of you for that money because y'all are god awful and y'all never be quarterbacks for the Atlanta Falcons. And thank God for that. Keep talking about my birds like that. And next time you have one of your little football camps, about supposedly teaching people about how to play the game and not diving on balls and stuff like that, Cam, I'll see you, brother. But
Hey, I got one thing for that. I got
one
one thing for that, and that's the soundboard.
Got him.
Got him. Cam Newton, you trash. You'll always be trash. You'll never be on another NFL roster to save your life. I've never been on one, so I don't got much room to talk trash. But Cam Newton, your career's over with, brother. Man, with that being said, Cody, your shout outs for tonight, brother.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I would say again, shout out to the fans that watch. Shout out to you too, coming talking, Falcon football, and again, one more shout out to Cam Newton. You're trash. You're like you just said, Chase. You're trash. You'll always be trash, and you'll never play for the Falcons. Get over it.
He's just he on some hate and shit. Man.
Keep drinking that haterade, brother.
Shout out to y'all boys, man. Shout out to all the new viewers tonight, all the new subscribers, man. DFU on the road to 1K, and we can't do it without you guys. As Philip said, we don't have a show without you boys. Shout out to everybody here in the comment section. Shout out to all the new subscribers, man. As I said, rise up. It's your boy Chase, Philip, and Cody from Dirty Fanatics United. As always, man, A-Town down, rise up. Yeah. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour. We out.